Hello, I'm Andrea from the Creative Dream Incubator, and this is Creative Dream TV. And this week we're going to explore a question that I get asked all the time from so many different people, and it's, what do I do if I don't know what my dream is? And so usually when people ask it, it's a long question. There's a lot to it because it feels very complicated. It feels very painful and difficult for the people because they know they have a dream, or they want to have a dream and they want it so badly, but they just don't know what it is. And so they feel completely stuck. Like, if I don't know what it is, then there's nothing I can do. There's nothing for me to move towards. Really, really frustrating situation. So I wanted to talk about that. And I want to offer 2 different ideas for things that you can try to start to loosen up the frustrating parts and start to get you moving along the path to your dream. So the first thing is knowing what my dream is, make that your dream. So my Creative Dream Incubator, all of my stuff totally would work with that as your dream. The dream doesn't have to be the specific thing. The dream can be knowing your dream. Knowing what your dream is a very legitimate dream to have. You know, we do live in a world where people are so disconnected from who they are, from their dreams, from their gifts, from their purpose, that it's really not unusual to not know what your dream is. It's actually very common, and it's more unusual to know what it is. But the fact that you want to know, and the fact that it's frustrating and painful that you don't know, says that you have a dream, and it's right there beneath the surface. You've almost got it. So if you start working on knowing what my dream is as your dream, start exploring and researching and spending time with it. That's the most important part, is really spending time with it, giving it space to start to grow. It will come to you. The other thing that does, sort of switching it in your mind from I don't know what my dream is to my dream is to know what my dream is, it changes what's going on inside of you. Saying that you don't know kind of shuts everything down, and it closes all of the doors. And saying that you have a dream and your dream is to find your dream, it opens all of the doors. It shifts what's going on in your thinking and your perspective, and it actually creates space for you to find out what your dream actually is. And the other thing that I can suggest is an exercise I learned from Barbara Sher, who is the author of one of my favorite books, Wishcraft, and she has lots of other really awesome books too, and I will link to her in the blog post about this. She has an exercise called Your Ideal Day, and you write out everything that would happen on your ideal day, every detail. And so it's not a vacation or a holiday, or like, I won the lottery and now I live in a mansion and have servants and don't have any problems. It's not that kind of thing, but it's thinking about your regular real life and what would be ideal. So if you imagine, like, what time do I want to wake up in the morning, and when I wake up, what kind of space do I want to be in, and who do I want to be there, and what do I want to do when I first wake up, and what do I want to have for breakfast, when do I want to have breakfast, and then what do I do after that once I'm kind of ready for the day? Do I want to stay home and work? Do I want to go somewhere? Do I travel? Just sort of thinking about getting down to every little detail. If you can have anything you want, what would it be? It's exciting. It's very exciting to think about and to explore. And in doing that and coming up with going through the entire day, and that's a long exercise. It could take several weeks, it could take several months of really kind of thinking about it and wondering about it. And if I could have anything I wanted, what would it be? Usually the reason why we don't know the answer to that is because we've never let ourselves think about it. Because we have a small inner critic voice that comes up and says, well, you can never have that anyway, so why bother? And that's usually what stops us from knowing what we want, is this like strong certain belief somewhere inside of us that we can't have it. And creative dreaming is about shifting that belief, getting to the core of it, because at the core of it is just a small, scared inner child who's scared that you can't have it, but really, really, really wants it. And wants you to at least try, because creative dreaming isn't really about getting everything you want, but it's about being creatively empowered in your life and feeling like you can create things in your world. And working on that belief that you do deserve to have a life that you enjoy and that feels like a really good fit for you. And the millions, gazillions of other kind of internal shifts that come along with that. It's all about that really beautiful, beautiful inner process. So if you don't know at all what your dream is, working on the ideal day assignment can really help you start to get on that path of learning more about you and learning more about what you want, learning more about what you like, learning more about your gifts and talents, and learning more about your own unique purpose. So you absolutely, totally don't have to already know before you start. You can start with these small steps. And this is something that a lot of people find encouraging. It's always changing anyway. So even if you did know what your dream was, it doesn't mean that you'd have the same dream tomorrow. It doesn't mean you'll still know tomorrow what your dream is. My stuff changes all of the time. And so the process is more about being connected to yourself, your spirit, and your purpose, and less about the actual thing on the outside that you're trying to create. And I would love to hear how this works for you as you start to experiment with those two different ways of getting started on the path to your dreams. What happens? How does it feel? How does it work for you? Do let me know, and I will see you next week.